Alright guys, my name is MetaGoblin and today I'm going to be giving you a very small guide, a small classic World of Warcraft guide, where I'm going to advise you the best location to put your Hearthstone in order to basically reduce travelling time as much as possible. And I'm going to give you two really good options for the Alliance and Horde. And you might think this is a fairly insignificant kind of topic, but the thing is guys, in vanilla you are going to spend a lot of time actually travelling. You know, you have to get onto a griffin, you have to get onto a zeppelin or a boat to get to your dungeons. You can't count on being summoned every time because you might not have a warlock in your group and there is no such thing as summoning stones. So a large portion of your time playing vanilla is spent actually travelling and getting to the dungeon. So what I want to do is reduce that travelling time for you as much as humanly possible. Okay, and the thing is, most people think that, oh, I'll just put my Hearthstone in Stormwind or Orgrimmar, because that's where everyone else puts it. But this is actually a really bad decision, to be honest, because Orgrimmar and Stormwind, they aren't the best hubs, to be honest. They aren't that close to where the end game content is going to be. Plus, on, you know, Orgrimmar, you have to walk out of Orgrimmar to actually get onto the Zeppelin, and that costs you time. So, let's jump into the video properly now. By the way guys, be sure to add me on Snapchat if you already haven't done so. That is my main social media outlet and I post on it quite regularly, so be sure to check that out. So the best location for the Horde is actually where I am right now in the game, and that is Grom'gol, and there's a simple reason for that. The Hearth location is directly above this Zeppelin Spire, okay, and the Zeppelin Spire will take you to Orgrimmar and Undercity. So what it is, it's basically it's like having a Hearthstone at Orgrimmar and at the Undercity all at once, right? And you know, there's a Zeppelin there. You know, you only have to go right up the stairs and you can jump on two Zeppelins, which massively, you know, it gets you to A to B very quickly. You can cover like half the map very, very easily. By the way guys, if you've liked the video so far and you found the information I've given you in this video to be quite useful, be sure to leave a like on the video, because that really does help out the channel and helps this video get a little bit more views, so I would really, really appreciate that. So I've got a little picture here. You know, I've really spared absolutely no expense with the editing budget for this video. We're getting Microsoft Paint out, and as you can see, Grom'gol is here, and just by looking at this map you see that everywhere just kind of goes back to Grom'gol. So if you set your Hearth at Grom'gol, right, all the circles represent either boats, travelling locations, and endgame content. So if you see here, if I put my brush onto something that you can see better, hold on. Okay, I've got a little pencil here. So this circle here, this represents Zul'Gurub, which you will be spending a lot of time. You will be spending a lot of time there, and if you can just Hearth to Grom'gol, bosh, you're like all the way around the corner from Zul'Gurub. This is the Sunken Temple. You probably won't be spending that much time there, but it's still a fairly fast flight path. Here is Blackrock Mountain, right? This is the daddy, really. Look how far away you are. You're basically around the corner. You know, you've got BRD, Blackwing Lair, Molten Core, Lower Blackrock Spire, Upper Blackrock Spire, and you're very, you know, it's very easy to get there. And from Grom'gol you can very quickly jump on a Zeppelin, which will take you all the way to the Undercity, and then you got Stratholme and Skolemont and Naxxramas basically there ready for you to go. And obviously you've got a Hearth. With a Hearth to Grom'gol you can very quickly get to Orgrimmar, but a lot of the time it's actually better to get a flight path down to the Booty Bay, get a boat from the Booty Bay, and you're at the Ratchet. That will save you a little bit of time. And then you've got Marudon there, you've got Diamol there, you've got Onyxia there, and you've got Silithus for AQ and stuff like that. So it's, you know, as you can see, Grom'gol is definitely the most optimal place to put your Hearthstone, because you can just jump around the map very, very quickly with this all these Zeppelins straight above your Hearthstone location. You know, it's definitely the most optimal place. I mean, if you think about it, you know, Orgrimmar is a really bad place to put your Hearthstone, because you put your Hearthstone in the city, but then you have to walk quite a distance to actually get to the Zeppelin, and then you've got to get on the Zeppelin to get to Grom'gol and then fly from there. It's going to take you ages to get to all these major endgame content locations like Zul'Gurub and Blackrock Mountain, right? The only downside, obviously, is these locations on the other side of the map. You have to wait a little bit longer to get there rather than just taking a flight path from Orgrimmar. But at the end of the day, you can adapt where you put your Hearthstone. You might want to actually put your Hearthstone in the Ratchet. That might be better. You adapt it to what content is currently available in the game, like where the patch is, right? But I would say Gromgol is generally the best place to be, especially if you're a shaman, because you can use an ancestral recall like every 15 minutes on top of your Hearthstone. So that is really nice. For the Alliance version, basically I would always recommend to put your Hearthstone actually in Ironforge rather than Stormwind, because you have access to Menethil Harbour, right? Menethil Harbour, you don't want to be flying ages to get to Menethil Harbour to get to the other side of the map. So if you see here, you put it at Ironforge. Again, you've got Sunken Temple, Zul'Gurub, Blackrock Mountain, just one flight path away, which is great. And you also can fly very easily to Stratholme and Scholomance. And that's basically where you're going to spend the majority of your time, is these locations here. But if you need to go to the other side of the map, you can very, very easily, if you follow this line here, get to Ferromore Isle straight from Menethil Harbour, which gives you quick access to, again, Maradon, Diamol, and Silithus. Okay, so these two, this location is it's better than setting it in Stormwind. Most people are going to set it in Stormwind, right? Which means you have to fly to Menethil Harbour and then there, and it's just a little bit awkward. And then from Menethil Harbour you can also get to Darkshore, and there's a lot of things you can do in Darkshore. You got Winter Spring stuff. There's no raids or stuff up here, but there is activities. Actually, there's a raid boss at what's it called? Ajara. So yeah, I just think Ironforge is the optimal location. You cannot just put it at Menethil Harbour if you so desire as well. If you're clearing Nax, it's probably a little bit better to put it there. And obviously you've got Chillwind Camp, like a straight flight path to Chillwind Camp. But anyway, I think I've probably proved my point. I would recommend leaving your Hearthstone at Ironforge if you're playing Alliance, and I'd recommend leaving it at Gromgol if you're playing Horde, and that's pretty much the conclusion of this video. My name is Goblin, until my next video. Ciao.